I don't know why I had a little bit of hope for the Browns coming off the bye against a bad Saints team, but 35-14, an absolute ass kicking from New Orleans. And to make matters worse, left tackle DeJuan Jones is out for the season. He will get a surgery on his fractured ankle. Sucks to see because he was playing, I thought, not superhuman level at left tackle, but getting better by the week as he adjusts to a new position. And it's not to be. DeJuan Jones done for the rest of the season. So we get more Jed Wills, who was out this week with a knee injury. So who knows if he'll even be healthy on Thursday, a short week for the Steelers game. It might be Jermaine Ifedi starting at left tackle. That's who took over from Jones. But this was, like most Browns games this year, an epic failure on all three fronts: offense, defense, and special teams. The Browns' special teams is just so underwhelming for what I thought would be a very well-coached unit under Bubba Ventrone. They don't make a positive play ever. Dustin Hopkins, 2 missed field goals. In my book, 3 missed field goals. He got bailed out by 1 penalty. So this team, they're not putting out one fire and then finding another fire. Fires are just popping up all over the field for them. Offense, how do you have 438 yards and 2 touchdowns? Actually, can someone please tell me? I don't understand. 377 passing yards, and you have 14 points to show for? That has to be an NFL first in terms of the amount of yardage and the lack of points. I am genuinely impressed how the Browns were able to do that. They've never tried so hard to move the ball down the field and not get points. You can chalk some of it up to 2 missed field goals, but outside of that still, the math ain't mathin'. I don't understand how they accomplished that. Jameis was bad-ish to open up the game, I thought. Then he settled in, threw the ball 46 times. I didn't realize it got that high. 395 yards and 2 touchdowns. So for anyone watching the box score, it looks good. And even watching the game, it was okay. But when you only score 14 points, you lose 35-14. It's really hard to really give anyone credit. If there was one player I would highlight as like the only guy not on my naughty list, it's number 3, Jerry Jeudy, who this whole season has been kind of off of my shit list. 6 grabs, 142 yards. He had an 81-yard touchdown reception. 89 yards, sorry. So Jeudy has been, I wouldn't say like fantastic from start to finish this season, but he opened up the year on a high note against the Cowboys, and he finally gets back in the end zone this week against the Saints. Everyone else, though, is on my shit list. I don't even know where to begin. You want to start the offense? Okay. Like, they move the ball well, but they can never finish. They can never punch it in. And then on defense, it's just a shell of themselves. Like, it's on a great path for a blow-up defensively. I don't see how you bring back Jim Schwartz at this rate. And that's a bummer because he was so good last year, pushing all the right buttons for this defense. And I know they're injured. I know they're banged up, but so is everyone. You think that Saints team was healthy? That Saints team was missing their top 2 receivers, guys. No Olave, no Rashid Shaheed, and they hung 35 points on you. So I'm not interested in any injury excuses. Taysom Hill turned it over twice in this game and was still the MVP probably of the game. You made him look like Jackie Robinson the first time he stepped to the plate. When everyone, oh shit, ball's gone. Like, that's how good Taysom Hill looked today. And he turned it over twice. An epic failure, like most games for the Browns. So now the conversation becomes very real about, all right, let's talk about the draft. I'm going to pull up Tankathon right now, live on screen. The Browns at the current moment at 2-8 have the number 3 pick in the draft. Here's the problem. If you want a quarterback, you cannot let the Titans or the Giants be ahead of you. It goes Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Giants. Titans, Raiders, Giants. Of those 3 teams, 2 of them are going to be guaranteed to take a quarterback. Maybe one figures out their quarterback situation. Maybe Will Levis plays well. Maybe Daniel Jones turns it around. Gardner Minshew ain't turning it around. So if 2 of those 3 teams finish ahead of you in the draft, goodbye Cam Ward, goodbye Shedeur Sanders. And in my opinion, the only option is Cam Ward. Because after listening to Deion's comments last week, which we talked about on the channel, does anyone think Deion's going to let Shedeur come play in Cleveland? No. Not a chance. Do not get your hopes up for Shedeur. That'll come crashing down to earth. So the option becomes Cam Ward. And I still want to see how the rest of this college football season plays out before I give him the crown of being the Browns' first-round draft pick for the first time since 2021. I like Cam Ward a lot. I'm still not 100% on board with that's got to be the first-round pick. I just feel like this roster has so many issues. If they miss on Cam Ward, it basically is a 4th straight year with no first-rounder. 2022, 3, and 4, and 5. Because if you miss on a quarterback, they don't contribute anywhere else on the field. If you miss on a receiver, they can still have some good games here and there. It doesn't happen for a quarterback that's a bust. More to get to on today's recap and breakdown of this matchup, of this game. But a quick shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. That's America's best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Let me give you an example of what it looks like if you're wondering, or if you want to hop aboard for a Sunday night. Prize Picks is also offering Venmo for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this season. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Circling back to what I kind of opened up the video with, which was Dawand Jones out for the year. Literally, going into the bye week, all I asked for was to see a couple of the young players, see a couple of guys I have big aspirations for in the future. 2 of them are on injured reserve. Mike Hall, knee injury in practice. Dawand Jones, out for the season. It's very difficult to make even fair evaluations for these guys at some cornerstone positions without having any idea if they're good or not because they can't stay on the field. Maybe that's the evaluation. The best ability is availability, and Dawand Jones, unfortunately, has suffered back-to-back season-ending injuries. And this one was truly not his fault. Joe Petroni just falls into his ankle, and it sucked watching the broadcast because you go, oh, hope he's okay, and you can just read his lips, him saying, it's broken, broken. We're like, wow, we can just end any hope of Dawand Jones maybe just suffering a little bit of a stinger right there. So 2 guys I was like gung-ho about seeing develop over the second half of the year. No, the rug just pulled out beneath you. Mike Hall out for the next 3 weeks minimum after this game. And Dawand Jones out for the rest of the season. So we're going to get to go back to Jed Wills. Jed Wills at this point, you know what Jed Wills is? Jed Wills is like Jan in The Office when Michael keeps going back to her. And everyone's like, what are you doing? There's no boob job for Jed Wills either. It's Jan without the tit job. And we just keep flocking back to him one way or the other. We can't seem to get away. Enjoy losing because that's what the Browns are going to be doing from here on out. If they can't win, and just by win I mean keep it close off the bye against a 3-win Saints team, which, by the way, is the easiest game for the rest of the schedule. Let's run through the Browns schedule. You guys ready? Let's play a game. Find me a Browns win. Steelers at home on Thursday night. They're definitely going to beat the Steelers. I will not concede that game. At the Broncos, Denver just routed the Falcons. They're 6-5. Then you got the Steelers in Pittsburgh. You've got the Chiefs at home. Bengals on the road, Dolphins at home, and then you end the season in Baltimore. Once again, Steelers, Broncos, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Ravens. Do any of those teams outside of the Dolphins have a losing record? No. Steelers don't. Ravens don't. Bengals, I think they're playing right now on Sunday Night Football. The Dolphins are the worst team of the bunch, and they are 4-6. Buckle up, guys, and get ready to learn Tankathon with me. They're going nowhere. That's going to do it for us on today's show. Follow us over on Instagram, Browns Report IG. We'll keep you guys up to speed on all things Cleveland Browns news and rumors. Try to enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and I'll see all of you brave faces tomorrow morning.